Howdy! This is Liz with another junk journal in the Flow style. The Flow style junk journals are designed to be taken apart and their components used in your own junk journals or other craft projects. This one has a floral theme, and I have used a heavyweight piece of scrapbook paper, sort of the cardstock, which is 12 by 12, and it's folded in half, so this dimension measures 6 inches. This direction is 9 inches because I folded 3 inches over to form a pocket here, and this is held together with practically invisible on this print, a piece of washi tape, which you can then just peel off and use this by itself. This signature is held together with 3 strands of fiber. There is a yellow slubby one, there's a blue, pale blue one, and one that changes color from purple to blue. These are wrapped around twice, tied at the outside so you can just undo them, and they go through the center of the signature as well. If you open it up, attached to the first pocket are these things called petal pebbles, which are actual flowers embedded in type of gel. Found these and I thought they were just interesting. So, and they are self-adhesive, it says. So those are attached to the front pocket. Also attached is a tiny little plastic bag with an assortment of beads in yellow and green and lavender and purple. And there are a couple, I think there are 4 tiny little bronze-ish dragonfly beads, which are adorable. And then underneath that is a little sticker that has a heart-shaped group of flowers. And in the front pocket there is a die cut, which my husband found and I just loved. This has a floral theme. This is reminiscent of a garden gate, I thought. A lovely print behind it would be fantastic. So that's a die cut on brown paper. This is a really nice floral napkin. I love this print. This makes such great cards, and it's slightly different front and back. And a piece of pink paper and the butterfly piece. These are both single-sided here. And this is a floral themed napkin as well, which is the same front and back. And then here is a 3-part order form. There's one white, one yellow, and one pink. And that is all in the front pocket. And then the next piece is a sheet of music from Gilbert and Sullivan, and I've discovered I really like Gilbert and Sullivan, because they have so many notes on the sheet. Some sheet music is kind of boring. Theirs is very interesting. It's from the Pirates of Penzance. And this is an old fold-up stationery thing that my mother had. I was ransacking her old correspondence drawers, and it's just a nice print. This is a stamped card. I love this stamp, and it's actually, Project Life card perhaps on the back, and then I stamped it on the gridded side. This came from one of my absolute all-time favorite sheets of scrapbook paper. It had a whole bunch of different sections with different floral designs on it, and I cut it up and put them in these books. It's a book page from a book on flowers, very bright, love that. This is from the set of books I have of French engravers and lithographers, and there are 2 pages here. It's folded over, but you can unfold it and then you'll have 2 pages. Sheet of gridded paper, another Project Life card, and I've stamped this one with a very pale yellow flower. On the back it says Extraordinary Moments. Piece of green single-sided cardstock, and it's on a double-sided piece of scrapbook paper, the heavier weights. It's a hymnal page, and these are folded around, so where possible you get 2 pages of them. You'll see the other side of this page later on. This is another stamped image. It says, "Please pick the flowers," in bright blue. It's gridded on the back. Single-sided piece of the scrapbook paper, and this is a double-sided piece, a lovely floral design, front and back. The back one has birds. This is from a book I have on William Morris. I just love this print. It is of a garden trellis, and it's got vines and flowers and blue birds on it. Quite like that. This is another page from a different book on flowers, lots of small pictures. I have cut these out previously and made little tags of them because they're a very uniform size. They look wonderful with a little stitching around them as well. This is, I think this is Dutch. I thought at first it was German, but I think this is actually Dutch. Vintage Dutch book. And you'll see this page later. This is from an adult coloring book, Pages of Flowers. This is a book of flowers and sentiments. This is a butterfly book, which you'll see the other half of later. It's another Project Life card stamped with little ladybugs walking across it, just plain blue on the back. This is single-sided cardstock with butterflies on it, sort of on a pale gridded background. And then I believe that there are 4 tags that are green that have the word fun stamped on them. And this is a single-sided piece of, no, excuse me, double-sided piece of cardstock as well, large size piece. So it's 6 by 9 here and 6 by 9 on the other side. This is from a book of flowering plants of the Southwest. Very nice. Dictionary page. This is another William Morris print, and I just love it. It's tone on tone and green. Coordinates so well with some of the other pages. This is an envelope that is just jam-packed with goodies. There are a bunch of floral themed fabrics in here, and I'll just fan them out a little bit so that you can see them in different colors. There are a bunch of them. I think there are maybe 10 in here. Those are 3-inch squares. And then a couple of die cuts. Quite like that one. Butterfly and a flower. So be careful when you get the envelope because these die cuts are a little bit fragile. They're tucked in here with the fabric. And I like to attach those things onto the heavier weight cardstock so that they don't pull at the papers. That's a double-sided piece of cardstock here in the center. And on the other side are an assortment of little pieces. There's some buttons in different colors. Some of them are vintage. And then I had a bunch of these sparkly bits, which I find make great flower centers. And since this is a floral collection, I thought you might appreciate those. A couple of buttons in different colors and some sparkly pieces. All right, and because I do put these in envelopes and paper clip them in, I also ship all of my flow journals in plastic bags in case any of these fall out. You'll find them in the plastic bags. Again, the William Morris, the dictionary print, the flowering. Here's another piece of that wonderful scrapbook paper with the little floral designs on it. Butterfly card and green patterned one. And this is the book on butterflies. This is from the yellow group of butterflies. This is the coloring page again. This I got in a wonderful book, a journal, and it just has a tone on tone. It's very faint. I don't even know if you can see it. In very pale gray of a hydrangea bloom. It says hydrangea on the bottom. It's just wonderful, and it's on both sides. And I've kept most of the design and just folded over about an inch of it so that you can harvest that. Again, the book in Dutch. Flowers. Back of the trellis design. These are a couple of playing cards that my mother found for me in an antique store when we were on a recent road trip. They're called Lady Baltimore cards. I'm not familiar with the brand, but I just love the the topiary of fruit design. And here's a piece of card with butterflies on it in yellow. And again, the double-sided scrapbook paper. And hymnal. And this is a stamped image of a dragonfly. And beautiful, varying color, tone-on-tone piece of card. Cardstock, grid paper, French book, flowers. Here's the other part of that. It's a foldable letter that you would write your note inside, and it has the floral design wrapping around, and then you seal it closed and mail it. And in the back pocket, we have an interesting assortment of stuff. This is another die-cut image that my husband made. I really like this one. It's sort of mustard color, which goes particularly well with this napkin. This is one of my favorite napkins to decoupage. I just love the colors in it. It goes so well. And I got a bunch of washi tape for Christmas last year, and I very carefully saved all of the boxes which had the design of the tape printed on them for use in a project. I haven't figured out what to do with them, but they're so nice that I thought I would put them into these books. So there is one of those. This is a folded piece of letterhead, again stolen from my mother, with little lavender flowers on it. And single-sided piece of cardstock. And this is from a Quilt Pattern of the Day calendar. This is for March 5th with a floral design front and back. And another piece of scrapbook paper. This one's a little bit lighter weight, and it has a print on the back. And that is that for the floral collection. Thank you so much for looking. I hope that you will find that this will embellish your next project. This will be on Etsy. Thanks so much. Have a great day.